the type that eclipsed the room. I was the one who arrived too soon, but no one would ever bet against us. If they saw us exchanging glances, I was too busy to fall in love. You were too busy to break my heart. Nobody else was there to stop me. Nobody else was there to warn us. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts turned on and on like a marathon? We keep running from fighting for something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Too busy watching the TV screen. Now we're just betting on broken dreams. Nobody's gonna come and save us. We cashed in too many empty favors, yeah. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Waiting for a sign to show me my way in. The only point I reach is frustration. And then back again, trying to see what I had tonight. Going to move with your heart in. Then back again. Draw your arrow back. I just want you to fly me into the sky. I'll fall but never crack. Are you dreaming of love soon? Or are you still in your shadow? I know I didn't see the good between us, but tell you what, I've opened up my eyes and seen the truth, so you can blame it on my youth. Courage, no one seems to care that I lost it. You're the only one that's gonna tell me to go back again. again, give it one more chance. Blame it, one day I will see what it cost me. You're the only one that always trusted me, and that's all I need.